Early Tuesday morning, a disturbing discovery shattered the calm of two affluent Seattle suburbs. An 80-year-old artist, her two adult sons, and her daughter-in-law were all found dead in what investigators believe was a triple murder-suicide spanning two homes. The deaths unfolded across Mercer Island and Issaquah, raising troubling questions about family conflict, caregiving disputes, and access to firearms. Police first responded to a home on Mercer Island, just 7 miles outside Seattle. Inside, officers found Danielle Cuvelier, 80, and her 45-year-old son, Mackenzie P. Williams, dead. Authorities say the scene immediately raised red flags, prompting investigators to alert nearby jurisdictions and expand the search for other family members. Just hours later, during a welfare check in Issaquah, police made another devastating find. A woman in her 40s and a man in his mid-30s were discovered dead inside a separate home, both suffering from gunshot wounds. There were no signs of forced entry, and investigators quickly began linking the two scenes. Mercer Island police later confirmed the connection. The man found in Issaquah was Dominic Cuvelier, Danielle's 34-year-old younger son. The woman was identified by neighbors as Williams's wife. With 4 family members dead across 2 locations, authorities began piecing together what led to the violence. Danielle Cuvelier was described as a dedicated artist, known for her love of photography and for sharing her work on social media over the years. Friends and neighbors say her public persona stood in stark contrast to the intense private conflict now emerging in court records. That conflict centered around care for her youngest son. Dominic Cuvelier had been diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that causes severe developmental delays and requires round-the-clock care. He lived with his parents until his father's death in 2018. After that, his older brother, Mackenzie Williams, stepped in, arranging a shared caregiving arrangement with their mother. Court documents reveal that the caregiving arrangement soon became deeply contentious. Williams accused his mother of physically and emotionally abusing his disabled brother, allegations Danielle firmly denied. By January 2025, Williams had begun legal steps to assume sole power of attorney with Dominic's consent. Danielle pushed back, claiming her younger son was being unduly influenced. The conflict escalated further when she was charged with 4th-degree assault following an altercation that reportedly prevented Williams from entering her Mercer Island home. She later sought and received a protection order against her son Williams. In that protection order, Danielle described Williams's behavior as unpredictable and aggressive and raised serious concerns about the number of firearms in his possession. Court records show Williams later admitted to owning 53 firearms, which he eventually surrendered. The protection order was reissued multiple times, but terminated in early December. By August, the family reached a fragile agreement. Dominic would live with his mother, while Williams was granted limited visitation. Communication between Danielle and Williams was restricted to texts and emails to avoid placing Dominic in the middle of their disputes. Danielle was named sole guardian and conservator. Despite those measures, the conflict appears to have reached a tragic breaking point. Police recovered 4 firearms inside the Mercer Island home and a 5th weapon from a vehicle at the scene. Authorities say the Mercer Island deaths are being investigated as a homicide and suicide, while the Issaquah deaths are being treated as homicides. Investigators have not publicly identified the shooter, and the King County Medical Examiner will determine the exact causes and manner of death for all 4 victims. What remains clear is that a long-running family dispute involving care, control, and fear ended in irreversible tragedy.